Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have another project bookshelf video for you today. This will be my November edition. Last month for October I read Death Takes a Holiday, which was kind of like a cultural examination of Halloween in the United States. And I read Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. And then I didn't get to my last book, which was the Detroit Macabre short stories. So I am finishing that right now. I've read 2 of the stories. I'm not very hopeful that it's going to be a great book. The first 2 stories did not impress me much, but I'll finish the book anyways. And just a side note about Gone Girl, because I know last month a couple people left comments or, that you'll love this book, it's great. Or there was like some people that said they didn't care for it. I did not care for that book at all. The thing is while I was reading it, I liked it. While I was reading it, I was really into it and I was turning the pages and I wanted to see what happened next. And then I hated the ending, which in case you haven't read it or seen the movie, I will not spoil. But I absolutely hated the ending of it. And I didn't like the characters. I didn't care for the husband or the wife. Obviously most people wouldn't care for the wife, but I absolutely did not care for the husband. I could not relate to him at all. The only character I even kind of liked was Margot, Nick's sister, his twin sister. I kind of liked her, even though I couldn't really relate to her either. But yeah, I was like, really, I just spent all this time reading this book and I really, really was disappointed. In fact, I even Googled to find out if the movie ends the same way the book does, because I didn't want to see the movie if it had the same ending. I might end up seeing it anyways, like when it comes on Netflix or something, but I'm definitely not going to pay to go see it because I was I thought it stunk. So, for November, like I said, I'm finishing this one here. And then the other 2 I have just happened to be last books of a trilogy. The first one is Nora Roberts, and I know she's such a la romance writer, but I do like her paranormal romance. So it's Blood Magic. This just came out the end of October. I think it came out on like the 27th or something. And it is the book 3 of the Cousins O'Dwyer trilogy. It's one of her books that's set in Ireland, and it has to do with like Celtic witches and of course romance. I really enjoyed the first 2, so I'm looking forward to this one. It has basically the same format as Nora Roberts' other romantic trilogies, where there's 3 girls and 3 boys, or 3 men and 3 women, I should say, that are connected either by like family or friendship, and each book deals with a separate couple. So this book is no different, but I have really, really enjoyed this series quite a bit. So this is the last book. The first one was called let me look, because I want to make sure I don't give you the wrong information. The first one was called Dark Witch, the second one was Shadow Spell, and then this one is Blood Magic. And I I really enjoy these, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And I'll probably read this one right after I finish the Detroit short stories. And then the last one that I have is Deborah Harkness, The Book of Life. And this is the 3rd edition in the All Souls trilogy. If you hadn't read these books before, I highly, highly recommend them. The first 2 were very, very good. The first one is called A Discovery of Witches, and the second one is called Shadow of Night. They're very much like The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, I think is her last name, or Kostova or Kosovoda or something like that. Anyways, not in content exactly, but in the fact that they're very historical. So if you don't like history, if you're not interested in history, you might find these boring. These have some time travel in them. It's about a witch who's descended from the a witch who lived during the Salem witch trials, and it's about a vampire who is her husband, and they're on this search for this book that is vampires and witches are like mortal enemies, and they're in search of this book that can like bring them together. And they time travel back and forth. And it sounds really ridiculous, I know. But they're very, very good. And the last book, Shadow of Night, dealt, like almost the entire book was in Elizabethan period England. So that was really interesting. So if you liked The Historian, you would probably like these. Definitely worth checking out. So these are the books I'm planning on reading for November. Hopefully I will finish all of them. I know we're already into like today's the 5th, but I think I'll be good. I know that Nora Roberts will go quick. Once I start with that, I'll really be into it. So that's what I'm reading for November. So please comment below and let me know what you guys are reading or what you think of these picks that I have, and I will get back to you when I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.